back again for SAFC Fan TV. Thanks again for having me back on the channel again. Thank you, by the way, to anyone on this channel who's subscribed to mine. I've got 1,000 subscribers, so I'm just going to quickly mention that in there. And on my channel, I've put a video out saying that I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below for this video or even go over there. But thank you very much all the same. Now let's get to business. Right, we can't start anywhere else without talking about Phil Parkinson's appointment. There was obviously a host of names that were linked to Sunderland after Jack Ross was dismissed. And you've got to look at, like Daniel Stendhal, Gareth Ainsworth, Paul Cook, Kevin Phillips, Nigel Pearson, just to name a few others. Roy Keane was mentioned. There was quite a few of them that were mentioned. And obviously, my top choice would have been Daniel Stendhal. I definitely think that he would have been the person that would have ticked all the boxes. But apparently, we did approach him and were turned down. At least from what you hear on social media, anyway. So if that has any substance to it, fair enough. As for Phil Parkinson. Sorry. Look, he's not my first choice. I made it quite clear on my Twitter handle at MichaelBowles15, by the way. I made it quite clear he's not my first choice. I didn't think that he's the most inspiring of appointments, really, when you think about it. But I think at the end of the day, we can't really afford to be too picky in some respect because we're in League One. Now, that doesn't mean I'm accepting that we're a League One club, because I do believe, in terms of stature, we should be nowhere near this league, and that's not arrogant to say that. But I do think that Phil Parkinson has got teams out of this. He got Bolton out of this league a couple of years ago. And you bear in mind that the financial restrictions they were under were a lot more severe than what ours are at the minute, despite what some fans might have you believe. Look, thank you, because obviously I had that rant on the panel on the weekend about how fans are perceiving Stuart Don and Charlie Methven. I'll quickly clarify what I mean by that. I think that they should have more cash in the bank with supporters than being criticised for every single thing that they do. Now, if you have critiques of them, that's fair enough. They haven't been perfect. There are definitely things they could be doing better. But in general, I think off the pitch, they've been fantastic. They've generally been fantastic. And if the takeover doesn't go through, we can easily find another takeover. Okay, maybe not easily, but you get my point. The point is we are going to have chances for people to invest in us. Under Ellis Short towards the end, that was not even remotely thought into. That wasn't even considered in the thought process. So I think Donald and Methven both deserve a lot of credit for that. You can say Ellis Short handed them the club and all that, yeah, but they were the only ones who were willing to take the club on without any debt. So there you go. But anyways, I mean, this appointment has to work for them though. If this appointment doesn't work, then fair enough. Then I think people start throwing pelters at them, because it's the desperation from fans to get out of this league. Look, whatever our opinions are, at the end of the day, we all are desperate for Sunderland to get promoted. And Phil Parkinson, whether you like him or loathe him, has known in the past how to do that. Apparently, the defensive record of his teams is very, very, very good. And I think that if you look at it, if you can just get the best out of us defensively and start keeping clean sheets, and this might be ambitious here, but I'm targeting between 15 and 20 clean sheets towards the end of the season. People have no idea how much of a massive difference that would make. It means then that we've always got 1 or 2 goals within us every game, and it means that we have got that within our locker. And keeping clean sheets was straight away. If we kept, say, 15 clean sheets, I'd back us to win 12, 13 of those games. I really would. So we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, he works a bit more magic than what he works the same amount of magic in League One what he did with Bolton. Whether he can take us into the Championship, assuming we get promoted, if he can take us further in the Championship, that's a different question altogether. But I do think he is good enough to get us promoted out of this division, but we have to start winning games now. We have to go on a winning run. Now, I'm talking 7, 8, 10 games here. Ideally, we need to go on a winning run, and we need to really start showing our authority on this division. Is the football going to be pretty? Probably not, but it hasn't been pretty under Ross anyway, and if it's not pretty, but we're winning games and winning ugly, fair enough. And speaking of the next game, Wycombe Wanderers at the weekend. Obviously, we were linked with Gareth Ainsworth. He now feels that his future lies with Wycombe, which is more than fair enough. He's done a cracking job there. Wycombe fans really hold him in high regard. And it's going to be a tough game, and they're second. Now, thankfully, Sunderland during the international break for us got away with the fact that Wycombe didn't play, because I assume they were supposed to play Bury that weekend. So I think that we need to have some consideration that we are still 4 points adrift. Now, don't get me wrong, if we can go to Wycombe and win, which I believe the squad is capable of doing, if we can go to Wycombe and get a win, as hard a game as it'll be, we should be aiming to go and win these games if we want to get promoted. But, Wycombe could be saying the same about us. Nevertheless, though, if we were to go to Wycombe and get 3 points, then you think the gap between us and them is 1 point, and even though teams between us and Wycombe at the moment would probably, some of them will definitely win, there's no doubt about that, then psychologically the gap between us and the top 2 will turn to 2 points. Massive difference like that. And then after that, you've got you got Tranmere, you've got Shrewsbury, you've got Southend. 3 great opportunities to go and get yourself on a winning run, and then give yourself the platform to then springboard and go again. Now we've got to start winning games, start keeping clean sheets, and we'll wait and see what happens. Obviously, we face the beast that is Akinfenwa on Saturday, so that's going to be interesting to see who's going to handle him. Lynch and Willis, or whoever the back line's going to be, is going to have to be on their game to handle him, because he's a monster. I mean, Jesus Christ, I've never seen so much muscle on one person in my life. Nevertheless, I think that it's going to be... I think we are capable of winning, and I think if we had Jack Ross still, I think we would have got beat, but I think we're going to win now. You can quote me on this when I've been proven wrong, no doubt. So nevertheless, I love you and leave you there, guys. That's just my thoughts on Parkinson and for Wycombe. Good team, but we are capable of going there and winning, and we've got to start going there and winning. We've got to start targeting wins almost every game. See you all later, and thanks again. How are the lads?